In a quiet forest stood an old stone well, deep and narrow. At the bottom lay a tiny pool of clear water so small that it reflected only a small circle of sky. To a little fish named Milo, that tiny world was perfect. Day after day, Milo swam in the same narrow space, proudly thinking, "I already know the whole world. There is nothing more." A small well, a small belief, yet Milo thought it was everything. Every now and then, the old crab climbed onto a rock and said, "Milo, the world outside is much bigger than you can imagine." But Milo always laughed. "Bigger? Impossible. I've lived here my whole life. If there was anything more, I would have seen it." Like many of us, Milo was trapped not by walls, but by his own certainty. Overconfidence is the most beautiful prison. One day, the small circle of sky above the well suddenly darkened. The wind howled, leaves swirled. It was the first unfamiliar thing Milo had ever seen. The crab whispered, "The world is always moving. You cannot stay still forever." It was life's gentle warning. Change is coming whether you're ready or not. Then came the rain. Heavy, relentless, roaring rain. Water rose rapidly inside the well, swirling wildly. Milo panicked. "Is my world collapsing?" But in that chaos, something unexpected happened. The rising water lifted Milo higher, closer to the top of the well than he had ever been. Life often uses storms and discomfort to push us beyond the boundaries we cling to. What feels like destruction is sometimes the beginning of transformation. As water overflowed, Milo was swept upward, bursting out of the well, and in that single breathtaking moment, the sky exploded into a vast, limitless blue. Not a tiny circle, but an endless universe stretching beyond imagination. Milo whispered, "So this is the real sky." For the first time, he realized his entire life had been spent staring at a small illusion. Human beings often do the same. Only when we step out of our well do we realize how small our old world really was. The rainwater carried Milo through the forest stream. Everything was enormous and unfamiliar. Trees towered like giants. Rocks loomed like mountains. Birds called out from the open sky above. Milo trembled. "This world is too big. Where do I belong?" Yes, freedom is frightening. Uncertainty is uncomfortable. But growth lives exactly where comfort ends. Large fish swam beside Milo, calm and gentle. "First time outside the well?" Milo blinked. "How did you know?" Those who see the world for the first time always have eyes full of fear and hope. The big fish smiled. "This stream leads to a river, and the river leads to the ocean." Milo gasped. "The ocean? How big is it?" "Big enough that even if you spend your whole life swimming, you still won't reach the end." When we meet people with bigger perspectives, we begin to understand how little we truly know and how much more we can become. Milo swam with the current not because he was being pushed, but because he finally wanted to go. He looked toward the bright horizon at the end of the stream and whispered, "The well wasn't the world. It was only the beginning." Every person has a well, a comfort zone, a belief, a boundary we convince ourselves is unbreakable. But the world only expands when we dare to leave that small circle behind. Milo took a deep breath and said, "I'm ready to find the ocean. And you? Are you ready to leave your well behind and discover how wide your world can truly be?"